Well, welcome to Chat Time. I'm your host, Mary Ann Suppressi with What's Up Southwest Florida, and my co-host is...
Hi, I'm Betty Cody with SJC Technology.
And so we're going to be routinely getting on here from time to time, and we're going to be doing a show together called Chat Time. And Chat Time, we're going to take all the most interesting things that we find throughout the internet, marketing, technology, all that kind of fun stuff, and we're just going to chat about it, and we hope that you will enjoy and chat along with us. So, Betty found this really cool story. It was a video on Facebook that we just wanted to share with everybody. So why don't you go ahead and tell everybody what you found?
Well, I found a story about someone who actually made a restaurant become #1 in London. But here's the kicker.
TripAdvisor.
On TripAdvisor. And the restaurant never existed. It was all based on promotion. So he documented how he just created this restaurant that was going to be so exclusive that you had to have reservations, and just the way that he marketed it was just genius. And he brought it from a no-name location, just had a phone number, and made it #1. Super interesting story.
It was called The Shed, and it was actually done in his backyard. And that's why he didn't have an address. So he got a cell phone with a separate number. And he made it sound so exclusive that it created a demand to come to this restaurant because of the creativity of the food, the ambiance. And he got his friends to start doing reviews on TripAdvisor. Now, he obviously didn't have all that many friends to begin with.
Right.
So it had to spread to friends to friends to friends to friends to actually get him to #1 in 7 months. Then he decided that he needed to actually open for at least one night and have like foodies and like doing a press type event for influencers.
And the whole thing about this restaurant was that it didn't have a menu. They supposedly were telling people that they cooked based on the feelings that the chef had for that day. And it was a secret location, so even if you showed up at where they told you to show up, they would blindfold you and take you in his backyard, basically, to have dinner.
So that's what they did, because he wanted to add to the chiciness of this whole restaurant. So you're right, I forgot about that. Everything on the menu was all about feelings, comfort and joy and all these other kind of feelings. So when he opened it up for this one night, he called very specific people and invited them.
He had over 6 months of reservations that he had turned down, including people asking to show up on Christmas. So they were willing to bring their families, have their Christmas dinner at a place that they had never been to, just based on reviews and the fact that it was a #1 location.
Right. We want to acknowledge everybody that's joining us, and thank you so much for, I can't see because I wear glasses, and if I have my glasses on, it'd be all dark. Yeah, she can't read. So we just want to thank y'all for joining us for our little chat time here. But to catch up on it, that night that he opened, they had people, one couple, was a two-top, sitting on top of the roof of the shed, as he called it.
They had live chickens.
Yes. live chickens walking around,
and
making it seem like it was fresh food.
Yeah, like they were going to go pick out a chicken and we'll make you dinner. They also had sounds, like just recorded sounds of a dining, or what was it, a restaurant in New York?
It was New York, like the kitchen sounds for the clanging of the pots and the pans and the dishes. People sitting up on the roof. The food he served, that was the real kicker. Go ahead.
Well, the food that he served was basically things that you could get at any grocery store for like TV dinners. Everything that he did was like under €1. So it was really cheap food, canned soup, frozen lasagna,
vegetable lasagna.
And then all they did was buy some herbs and throw it on top of the food. They didn't charge anybody for this meal because they said that it was going to be like a press for the press. And because they didn't want to get sued. But yeah, and then just they had their friends sit at the supposed restaurant and comment around the patrons that actually showed up that had no idea that this was all a hoax, that how wonderful the food was. Well, guess what? It was very contagious because everybody was like drinking like literally Campbell's soup out of a mug saying, "Oh, this is so great. It's so nostalgic. It reminds me of when I was a kid." And we're like,
Can't get food like this in the United States. They had some Americans there. Can't get food like this in the United States. It's frozen, microwave, and canned soup that you can easily get here. Now, it was higher end stuff. It wasn't, you know, your $1 stuff that you buy. Hello there.
Hi.
I think that's Dave.
Hi, Dave.
Something or other. Can't read. Here, I'll put my reading glasses on. Maybe that'll help.
Hey, Mary. But it was so cool. The whole thing about it wasn't about the food. It wasn't about the location. It wasn't about even a menu because the menu didn't exist. But just the power of marketing.
Yep.
They marketed so hard that they created an empire.
They curated a man. I'm a turkey mom. I'm 16 years you. Okay.
Cool.
Hi there. You're a turkey mom and you're 16.
Gobble, gobble.
But they created a demand for something that didn't exist. So they kind of knew what the market wanted, what kind of restaurant these patrons would want, created a demand for it, and then marketed the hell out of it. And it didn't even exist.
Yeah.
So everybody got played. Even TripAdvisor got played.
And then they brought it up to TripAdvisor finally after everything came through, and they said, hey, you guys gave us #1 rated restaurant in London, and we don't exist. This isn't real. So they basically tried to call out TripAdvisor, saying, how can we trust your website if you guys just gave us #1 rank and we're not even real?
Exactly. And his whole point was to prove that TripAdvisor could be manipulated.
Yes.
And so when we were looking at this, I'm like, oh my gosh. You can't believe everything you see on the internet. Oh, Turkish food. You know, we've never had Turkish food. So, yeah, it does. And so I don't know if we would like it or not, but I'm open to trying anything. We can make your restaurant #1 whether it exists or not, obviously. But from a marketing perspective, to know the market so well. Oh, yes, I like
baklava,
yes.
yeah.
I always thought that was Greek, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I just know it's good.
But from a marketing perspective, to know your market so well that you can manipulate it.
Yes.
And get people to want to demand for something that doesn't exist. Now, if somebody was smart, they would create a restaurant based on his model, because obviously there's enough people that want that. But the whole mystery behind it is what really added to it. The secret location, and you only can have to have a reservation, things like that.
I think that it's just, it became something so powerful, just the marketing, and that makes you look at how, hi,
Denzi.
that makes you look at how we market our businesses and what we do, and what can we do to get on the map, because it wasn't about the product, it wasn't about the location, it wasn't even about a menu, it wasn't about the ambiance, it was about words that they wrote on the internet.
Oh, well, we're not commenting politics here, so we don't need to comment any of that stuff, because we're talking marketing and technology. That's what this chat time is going to be dedicated for, because there's so many interesting things that happen out there on the internet that you just don't always know about.
Right, and I think a lot of things too is when you're a business owner and you're always thinking about, what can I do now to put my name out there? Because you may have a great product or a great business or a great idea, but if people don't know that you exist, how are you going to sell it?
Right, we're both local business owners, here we're in Fort Myers, Florida.
Yes.
And I actually do marketing, and Betty here is actually in the technology industry. So that's why we thought we'd kind of marry it together and start chatting about this stuff, so, people can understand the power that the internet actually has and use it for good.
Yes, and I think that's one of the things. We have to come up with a good game plan, because it seems like that's what's getting promoted. These people getting promoted, they're promoting themselves, or promoting a business, they're getting their name out there. And I don't know, do you think that it might have been the fact that they were so exclusive that you had to wait?
I think that they created this demand, is what they did, by creating this exclusivity to appeal to a certain niche market. Now, it probably wouldn't be something I would want to go to, but there was obviously enough people
Well, yeah,
to create
all
something
kinds of
right.
funky places that people talk about that. Well, even here in one of the restaurants that was actually on what is it on Food Network for being like the most weird and wacky places to go eat at the Bubble Room.
Oh,
Because it's all decorated funny.
see, I don't
and
think
it's
of the
got,
Bubble Room as weird and wacky. The
But-
decor is, but nothing else is.
Right, but just the fact that they were able to get on like a national type of
Right.
platform, and every time you go there, there's a wait. I mean, and it's basic American food. There really isn't anything out of this world, but they do the cakes, which are
The cakes
bigger
are
than
good,
normal.
yes. The cakes are good, and the decor is all nostalgic type stuff. Like they got these old marionettes
Yeah.
machine that work, and I've actually eaten there, and the food is good. It's all fresh, but it's
It's
nothing.
all about the experience, I
Yes.
think, more than
Yes.
anything. And that happens to us. Like when we have visitors and we have people that come from up north, of course, they always come to visit us in Florida. We're like, well, what can we do that's new and different that's not just an average chain? I'm like, so I think, hey, let's go somewhere funky and interesting that's going
Right.
to catch your attention. So I fall for it too.
Hello there, May.
Hi.
So anyway, back to this whole English kind of story. We kind of digress. Hello there from Turkey. It just goes to show you that if somebody's smart enough and somebody's clever enough, they can manipulate a system
Oh, yeah.
and try to beat the algorithms, as they say. I guess they're from Istanbul.
Neat.
I've never been to Turkey.
Sean has.
Has he?
Yeah, yeah.
That's her husband. He's been to Turkey. I've been to Australia and New Zealand, but I have not been to, and of course the Bahamas.
He said it was beautiful.
I bet it is. I mean, I've seen pictures on TV and all the tile work there is just gorgeous. But anyway, we've kind of digressed again.
Hi,
But that's-
Sergio. Open good, yay.
You can tell we're kind of new at this.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done Periscopes before, but we thought we would just share with everybody all this kind of wonderful information that is out there. So if you ever see anything, just let us know that you'd like us to chat about. We're going to be doing this once a week.
Yeah, if we have cool videos or anything that you see that will be interesting to talk about, let us know because we're always looking for new material. We always have our eye out for what's moving, what are people looking at? Why?
Right.
Because it's hard to figure out what your audience likes, especially when it comes to like your business. So
Right.
figuring out, like, you can have a Facebook or any other type of marketing, but you got to figure out what your clients really want and what's going to attract them to actually wanting to see your page and
Right.
talk to you. So these are all interesting things that we learn about along the way. I think.
Like what makes something trending or what makes something go viral? Because I get asked that a lot. I want to do a video that's going to go viral. Well, doesn't happen that way.
I seen a guy skateboard off a roof or a video with goats. I don't know. There's all kinds of stuff that go viral. You're just like, how did that happen?
Speaking of one, if you want to go see a really funny video, there's one on the internet, on YouTube. It's by an English gentleman, and I wish I remember the name. Hello there, Blue. Siri versus Alexa. And it's an English gentleman because there's several of them out there. And he engages, this whole video was funny, where Siri and Alexa kind of get into a fight over him. And it's really hysterical. So if you're a Siri or an Alexa user.
I'm an Alexa user. She runs my house. She does everything. Me and her argue all the time, apparently, because she doesn't understand me.
See, I don't even use Siri. We were looking for pizza the other day, and it's like, all right, I'll go on the computer and do a search, and my friend just picks up the phone and goes, Siri, pizza place is near me, and I'm like, why didn't I think of that? But what I did do is I asked Siri to have fun. I asked Siri what she was doing for Christmas.
Oh.
And that's pretty fun. If you want to have a little, I guess you could do it with Alexa too.
Yeah.
If you want to have a good laugh, just ask Siri what she's doing you could do for Thanksgiving too. Ask them what they're doing for Christmas and see what she says. And I'm like, I need to have more fun playing with.
There's a lot of
Silly
people that
questions
can
like
do all
that.
kinds of stuff with that, and they have her rap and sing to you and do all kinds of things. And
Siri raps?
Alexa does.
Alexa
Oh
raps?
yeah, you can ask Alexa to rap.
See, we're 2 generations here. We're like about 30 years apart. I know I don't look
That's
it.
right.
I'm actually her sister from another generational mother.
I think so. I just had my 23andMe done. It says I have some Italian in there. So there we go.
I don't know. I've never had my 23andMe done, so.
That was another good fad. I mean, and they sold that during Christmas like you wouldn't believe.
I'm just kind of worried what they're going to do with my DNA after, so that's why I didn't do it.
That's kind of, yeah. I don't know. If I come up like, some murder mystery or whatever, just you tell them. She had 23andMe done, so you have her spit. That's why.
Used to work at the airport. It's bad enough they have my fingerprints.
Oh.
Yeah. Several times I got it. But anyway, hello from there's Turkey again. Another turkey. So, if there's anything you guys do, just if you're on Twitter, just do @What's Up SWFL. That's my handle on Twitter. It's also here on Periscope. To let us know something you'd like us to do chat time about. We'll look it over and.
Are we drinking?
I don't know. Maybe the next time we should. I see champagne bottles there.
That sounds like a good idea.
I don't know. I don't understand the blue.
Is it because I'm wearing blue? Oh, I'm not.
I don't know.
I haven't. No. This is natural. Wait, actually, there's some coffee involved. That's what it is.
Yes, it's coffee time. We both have our.
There's caffeine.
So anyway, that's our chat time, I think, for this time. Oh, okay. I guess he's trying to get your attention.
Oh, there we go. I'm Betty. Close, blue, but Betty, yeah.
Betty, Marianne. Marianne, Betty.
Yes.
Yeah, if you came in later, I guess you wouldn't know our names.
No.
Because we just put chat time as a title.
Oh, yeah, we should have our names on there.
I thought about that, but
next time.
we'll come up with something clever. Anyway, we just thought we'd have fun with this. Oh, I think somebody likes you. Look at those. We just make sure her husband doesn't see this, that's all.
Keep that quiet.
He's kind of the military jealous type. I don't want to get into that. But anyway, thanks so much for joining us. We'll be back on probably next Friday.
Yes.
It'll be like the day after Thanksgiving here. You guys going to be here that day?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Yeah, I don't take it off.
I'll be full of turkey and, turkey, but turkey. All right, but this is like so great, and thank you guys for joining us. We had so much fun.
Thanks for all the hearts that you guys gave us, and we'll have some other fascinating topic next Friday.
Definitely, we will be back.
Probably about the same time.
All right.
All right, thanks very much, guys. Bye.